Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Geo-Institute live stream. My name is Brad Keelor. I'm the director of the Geo-Institute, and today we are pleased to bring you the 2023 Geo-Institute Annual Business Meeting. Sometimes we call this the State of the Society, and the reason we call it that is because we are going to tell you, dear viewer, exactly what is happening in the Geo-Institute right now. It's a great opportunity for you to meet the board, find out a little bit more about the projects that we have going on, and even ask some questions at the end. If you don't know anything about the Geo-Institute, first I question why you are here, but we welcome you nonetheless. After you are done watching this today, you should head over to geo-institute.org, and there you will find out that we are a technical society with about 12,000 members, most of whom are geotechnical engineers and/or geologists, and that we are part of the American Society of Civil Engineers. And as always, if you like what you see today, and we will endeavor to do our best to ensure that that is the case, you should click like, subscribe, get notifications, and we will let you know every time we post something to the YouTube channel. With that out of the way, we have a very special State of the Society presentation that we will be doing today. And so I turn it over right now to 2022-23 Geo-Institute President Sissy Nikolaou. Sissy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Brad. Hi, everyone. I'm Sissy Nikolaou. I'm, as Brad said, the president for this year. And I am very, very proud for the group of people we have on our board that are serving tirelessly, and it's a long service. My day job is with the National Institute of Standards and Technology. I'm a geotechnical and earthquake engineer there. And the GI, my passion is on our new innovations committee, but I also serve as liaison to GeoStrata, to our continuing education, and to code the licensure issues. And with that, I would like you to get to know a little bit more of our governors, starting with G. Han, who is our vice president. G, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I'm G. Han, professor at the University of Kansas. As Sissy said, I'm the vice president of the Geo-Institute, and I joined the board in 2022.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
2020, yes.
2020.
Next is our treasurer, Helen Robinson. Helen?
Thank you, Sissy. Hi, everyone. I'm Helen Robinson. I'm with GEI Consultants, and I'm a geostructural and geotechnical engineer. And on the board, I'm the liaison to the Local Involvement Committee and the Outreach and Engagement Committee. Very nice to have you with us today.
Thank you, Helen. Next, we have our past president, Bob Gilbert. Bob?
Thanks, Sissy. I'm Bob Gilbert. I'm the chair of Civil, Architectural, and Environmental Engineering at the University of Texas at Austin. And I'm glad to say this is the last one of these that I will be doing. Thanks.
Thank you, Bob. Next, we have our governor, Dominique Asumaki. Dominique?
Hi, I'm Dominique Asumaki. I'm a faculty of mechanical and civil engineering at Caltech. And on the board, I serve as the liaison to the technical committee chair council and to the technical committees, and as well as the International Activities Council.
Thank you. We also have in our list Stan Boyle, who is not in the meeting today, but he's very active with our conferences and a lot of issues with practicing, as he is with Shannon Wilson, a practicing engineer. And next is one of our newer governors, Professor Anand Pupala. Anand?
Thanks, Sissy. I'm Anand Pupala. I'm a professor of civil engineering at Texas A&M University. I just finished 6 months on the board, Just want to say I'm liaison with the TCC Technical Coordination Council and also Innovation Committee.
Thank you, Anand. And also a new governor, Susan Burns. Susan?
Thank you, Sissy. Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Burns. I'm a professor of geosystems engineering at Georgia Tech. And like Anand, I've been on the board for about 6 months. So I'm a recently appointed liaison for outreach and engagement and continuing education.
Thank you, Susan. And we also have on the board Joe Manus, and he's an ASCE appointee in our board, and he could not be with us today. So that concludes all of us. You're gonna see, all of us in the slides to follow, which I'm going to start right now with a famous presentation that Brad primarily has put together. See. And with that, we are officially opening our annual business meeting. This is all the governors that most of whom you heard about. As you can see, we are all very happy to be serving on the board. And of course, we have our wonderful staff, starting from Brad, of course, who is our director, Christina Scott, she's our technical manager, Tatiana Vlasova, she's a digital content and program manager, and Sean Herpersheimer, new board and program coordinator. Lucy King is our senior conference manager, and Elizabeth Kuskino, she's an administrative specialist who works with us about half of her time. So in terms of our membership and where we are right now, we are about 12,000 members. That includes 1,500 students. The bulk of our membership is from private engineering firm, about 60%. Students, professors is 14%. Government and contractors take about 10%. And then we have other categories and suppliers and equipment firms that are about 18%. Sorry, I did something. Okay. We have worked hard and we're very proud of our new strategic plan for the next 4 years of the Geo-Institute. We gave a lot of thought into our revised vision and mission, and that is really in line with the goals that ASCE has also put together in the bigger ASCE strategic plan. So our vision is for the Geo-Institute is that it will guide the geo profession to new frontiers to better serve society. And our mission is to advance the geo profession and enhance the value of geo professionals. Details can be seen on our website that you see on the right-hand corner. It is posted there, and some of you may have gotten some printouts that Brad had prepared in the Geo-Congress. So the goals to meet this vision and mission is goal 1, to collaborate externally to promote value and leadership of the geo profession in public policy, professional practice, and project decision making. The goal 2 is to lead in providing technical and career opportunities for our members. Goal 3 is to promote new technologies and innovation. And goal 4 is to deliver value to our members. And how we're going to do that? Starting with goal 1, with external collaboration to promote value and leadership of the geo profession. The means to do that is to participate in project decision making and development of codes, standards, and guidelines, and formulation of public policy. Support professional practice, including developing and implementing policies about licensure and post-PE credentialing. address challenges from marginalization and commoditization of our profession, and encourage public service for our members. The goal 2 in leadership in technical and career opportunities is through facilitation of moving the state of the art into the state of practice, to deliver high quality publications and continuing education, to provide opportunities for networking and collaboration within the community, and to foster leadership, mentoring, and inclusiveness, attract and retain student and professional members. The goal 3 about promoting new technologies and innovation is to encourage development of new materials, technologies, and methods for project delivery, promote and support innovation in the geo profession through educational, technical, and multidisciplinary activities, and participate in the development and updating of codes, standards, and guidelines to incorporate new technologies and innovation. Goal 4 on delivering value is through providing excellent regional, national, and international events, such as conferences, providing a strong digital presence with GI content, policy, and guidance, produce high quality, readily accessible publications and communications, communicating effectively with members, partners, and stakeholders, recognizing achievements of our geo-professionals, and advocating for diversity, equity, and inclusion in the geo-profession. Our organizational membership has more than 70 members, and the benefits of becoming an organizational member includes a reduced fee admission to any national GI event, a dedicated section for organizational member names and news in GeoStrata, discounted advertising rates in GeoStrata, opportunity to serve on the organizational member council, discounts on geotechnical publications through ASCE, participation in student recruiting fair and reception at our annual Geo-Congress, and exclusive organizational member events at the Geo-Congress. So if you would like to join as an organizational member, you can contact Brad or any of us on the board or Jeff Crusinga. Our local activities. Very important to us are graduate student organizations that have been increasing constantly over the years. We have more than 40 to date. And of course, our local chapters that are also increasing every year, and we are more than 60 to date. The local GI has a local involvement committee with 10 regional representatives, liaisons to our 62 GI chapters. Our largest chapters are Seattle, metropolitan section, New York, Delaware Valley, and Los Angeles. You can hear New York right now in the background. We have some activities such as the Cross USA lecture that is delivered to local chapters. We are very happy to announce the 23-24 Cross USA lecture, Professor Kyle Rollins. Currently, the 22-23 Cross USA lecturer is Tim Stark. And we had a great list of wonderful lecturers like Silas Nichols, Lee Smith, Bob Bacchus, and Paul Main in the recent years. Everybody's favorites are GI student programs through graduate student organizations, participate in regional and national geo competitions such as the Geo Walls, Geo Prediction, Geo Poster, Geo Video, and receive organizational member student grants. Student participation in conferences that include most of these competitions average 400 students at each Geo Congress. And it includes student participation fund, which can subsidize student attendance. The Student Participation Fund is supported by GI member contributions that are vital to the health of our student programs. Recently, past president and Ed Kavajasyan made a $125,000 matching gift in summer of 2020. And prior to that, we had great contributions, most recently in fiscal year 22 of $50,000. We have some cool incentives, I would say, to become like a 96 Club member by giving $96 and get a special limited edition of a GI gift. Currently, of course, is the Carl Terzaki bobblehead, or the newer addition that everybody was most excited about, the GI socks. With respect to the International Society of Soil Mechanics and Geotechnical Engineering, the GI is the US National Society of the International Society of Soil Mechanics and Geotechnical Engineering. You can opt to pay $20 when you subscribe, you renew your membership in the GI, to also have supporting the be a member of the International Society. The dues pay for international conferences, student and young professional opportunities, and technical activities. And of course, we have our international secretary, Bob Holtz, who is can answer a lot of detailed questions about the ISSMGE. So we would encourage everybody to support the International Society. Details can be found in the website of issmge.org. And our GI member, and actually past governor of the GI, is currently the president of the International Society. You can reach directly to him, on any of us, on how you can get involved with international activities. We are also, of course, promoting new technology and innovation, new means and methods, and a new recognition for all of geo professionals and innovation, and new project delivery methods. We have highway innovations, developments, enhancement, and advancement. The initials call for IDEA, for evaluation of new technologies for earth retention systems. We have the geotech tools online available. We have 47 and counting tools that are available to us for design and online activities on technical problems. And we have our new ideas and innovation technical committee that has kicked off. And it started with Anand being the president of INC, we call it INNC, of the committee that kicked off just 2 years ago. And I will talk a little bit more about that. So the objectives of this committee is to promote innovation through activities and advance the geo profession, but also to increase the impact and influence of GI by embracing and implementing new technologies in design, construction, maintenance, and geohazard reconnaissance. We also would like to enhance collaboration with other ASCE disciplines and organizations that could use or may have been using similar technologies, and connect GI members with national and international groups. We talked about the International Society, but also NSF-funded groups like GEAR, the Geotechnical Extreme Events Reconnaissance, the NSF-funded RAPID that provides equipment when responding to disasters or for other observations, and also to generate new revenue streams for GI. For example, bring tech companies that could be hosting a booth in Geo-Congress or attend and learn more about what we do. All of our committees have websites. So if you go to our home websites, you can find committees and then technical committees, and you can subscribe in order to receive updates. You can see our members, mission, specific events that this committee participates in, but also see agendas and minutes from past meetings and webinars and other important information. So if any of our committees are of interest to you, you can subscribe and receive news from them. And we have a lot of them, including computational geotechnics. What you see on the right is our colleagues who are chairing these committees. The deep foundations, earth retaining structures, earthquake engineering and soil dynamics, embankments, dams and slopes, engineering geology and site characterization, geoenvironmental engineering, geophysical engineering, geosynthetics, geotechnics of soil erosion, grouting, pavements, risk assessment and management, rock mechanics, shallow foundations, soil improvements, soil properties and modeling, sustainability in geotechnical engineering, underground engineering and construction, and unsaturated soils. I talked a little bit about IDEA, the Innovations, Developments, Enhancements, and Advancements IDEA program. You can also find that in our website under Special Projects. IDEA encourages the development and deployment of ERS technologies. We collaborate with FHWA on this, who funded by $50,000 an online SharePoint platform for electronic application and evaluation. There is a GI managing evaluations with a program administrator, lead consultant, and 3 supporting consultants to conduct these evaluations, and academics and DOT, Departments of Transportation, to review evaluation reports. We completed a demo in 2018, and report is posted on the website under the IDEA section. And there is a lot more, as we said, in the pipeline. The Geotech Tools is a toolkit of geotechnical information that is available to address all phases of decision-making, from planning to design to construction. With these infrastructure projects can be designed to be built faster, to be less costly, and to last longer and be more sustainable with a wide availability of these tools. I would encourage you to go on our website and learn more about these tools. They are phenomenal. Just some of the technology selection that you can find relates to aggregate columns, from blast densification to column-supported embankments. And you can see on the right-hand side the interactive parts of selecting systems for the different options that has been developed to aid the user in identifying what would be the candidate list of technologies for any applications. Going to our committees, we have committees that are taking direction directly from our board of governors. And these committees or councils include our awards committee. At the end of my talk, and we will have a couple of announcements from Jihan, who is our board liaison with Chair Rose Boulanger. Continuing education, Daniela Zellers is chairing that one. Professional practice, Mabel Shadid is chairing that, with Bob being our liaison. Bob has spent a lot of his service in professional practice issues and has made a lot of improvements and supported the GI. I wanted to make a note of that. We have the Outreach and Engagement Committee with Stacy Kulenza and Helen, our liaison. The Geo-Congress Organizing Committee, chaired by Brad, and Stan Boyle, as I mentioned, is the board liaison. Our International Activities Council, chaired by Jim Hansen, and Dominique is the liaison. Local involvement, chaired by Derek Desenbrock, and Helen is the liaison. Nominations and elections, organizational member council, chaired by Jeff Krusinga, and Stan is the liaison. We have a student participation committee, chaired by Casey Rutherford, and G is the liaison. And our TCC, the Technical Coordination Council, is chaired by Derek Dasenberg, and Dominique is the liaison. Our technical publications is chaired by Roman Hushu, and G is the liaison. We need to update that with our new governors. You will see the update on the next, I think, GeoStrata issue. We have partnerships with GeoFrontiers and the IFC, COPRI, and other activities that we continue, and we consider these partnerships to be very important within the geo profession at large. A highlight of our organization is the GeoStrata magazine. It's a bi-monthly member magazine that has high quality feature short articles that are meant for our whole organizations. This includes some columns or dedicated activities that you see. One of them are statement pieces, the As I See It, that start the theme of the particular issue. We have a new column that is called In Geo News or G News, which relates to ink, to the innovation. So we highlight a type of innovation. It could be drones, it could be artificial intelligence, it could be large data, different on each issue. Everybody's favorite, the Geo cartoon, and lots more. You can see a lot of updates on our communities, preliminary programs on conferences, and this is sent by mail to our professional and organizational members. And it has a very easy to use and that I like very much online version that is available to all. Of course, Jim Witham is our chief editor. He's dedicating so much time on finding the right articles for the theme, and a large editorial board that I can tell you by being a liaison to GeoStrata that they work extremely hard and they're very passionate, and it shows into the product they bring to us every 2 months. And going into our GI expenses, we are, and Brad can give a lot of details on that. We are estimated at 2.5 million of expenses between FY 23 and 24. And we have a healthy reserve that keeps increasing. We are approaching 350,000 in reserves for this year's projected to next year. And with that, I would like to turn it to questions. And before turning actually to questions, I think G would like to make some announcements from the awards committee side and from the board. G?
Yes, Sissy. As Sissy mentioned, I'm the chair of the nomination, the election committee, and also the liaison, board liaison to the award committee. And yesterday, you may receive the e-update from GI Basically, we are calling for nominations for board members for this year. If you yourself or you think other individual would be good to serve on the board to elevate GI for better future, please make nominations. And you can send a nomination to Brad. Basically, what we are looking for, just provide some background of the individual and attach a CV. The second thing I want to mention, basically, we are calling for 3 major awards. The first one is the Carl Tazaki Lecture. The second one is the Rock Pack Award. The third one is the Borden Seed Medal. Now, I want to mention about Seed Medal. This year, we are looking particularly for individuals who made a significant contribution to earthquake engineering. With that, if you have a question, you can reach out to me by email, and I'll be happy to answer questions. Thank you, Sissy.
Thank you, G. I think these are very important announcements. We would like to hear from you on possible qualified candidates. So far, I don't think we have any questions in YouTube, and I think I'll pass it on to Brad to talk a little bit about maybe our student programs, Brad.
Absolutely. That's a super important thing for us. Sissy talked about it a little bit during her presentation, both from the fundraising perspective and from the activity perspective, and they're both unique among the ASCE institutes. We rely heavily on member contributions to operate our student programs. Most of them are ones that you see at Geo-Congress. If our viewers have ever been to Geo-Congress, hopefully you've checked out the Geo Wall in its raucous, chaotic glory on Monday afternoon. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great experience for the students, especially the undergrads who get to participate in that as well. But we have the video competition. You can watch all the student video entries on our YouTube channel, and they range from things that will make you scratch your chin and say, wow, I never thought of that topic that way, to the absolutely hilarious. And this year we had a student from Illinois dress up as Elton John and sing soil versions of Elton John hits. They can also apply for small grants during the course of the year to do projects to benefit the society or their student chapter, whether that's bringing in a speaker or a special competition they may want to run on their own campus. So some people say, oh, well, I don't necessarily want to give the $250 or the $96. If you can give $1, that helps our student program initiatives. We really do mean that. 100% of what you donate goes to the student programs, and it's also 100% tax deductible. Sissy mentioned the 96 Club. I happen to have Carl with me here, Carl Terzaghi bobblehead. We have maybe 35 of these left, tops, and that's it. So once they're gone, they're gone. And the socks that she mentioned, these are beautiful, people. Look at that. The GI shield in all its glory in sock form. So I think those are a couple of the most important things, and I'll turn it right back over to Sissy now. But thanks for giving me a minute to shill for student programs.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and the socks are actually very good quality, Brad. They're really nice.
They are.
So I don't know. I think that maybe any of our board members might want to talk about things that they are most passionate about. I don't want to call on anybody, but maybe I will. So I may call on Anand. Maybe you would like to talk a little bit more. I know you're so passionate, and so am I, about ink. And we had not scheduled this, so I apologize for calling you out. But I know you make the best pitch for innovation. So would you like to say a few words? And also, I'm sorry, and also if you want to, it looks like the special session in the Geo-Congress drew a lot of attention, and we plan on continuing that as a tradition. So maybe if you would like to tell to everybody about this, as they may not have been at the Geo-Congress.
Thank you, Sissy. I'll do that. Again, as Sissy's idea, this innovation committee took off a couple of years back, and this is our second year. Innovation committee, what we want to do is attract a lot of younger folks who are interested in artificial intelligence. And you can probably, if you saw Geo-Congress, there's a lot of sessions, talks on ChatGPT, different topics related to geotech. So it really caught a lot of attention. We have one of our very good sessions on UAVs, how the UAVs, what it takes. So we have 4 outstanding talks, and I think I can share some information later. And each of them talked about what it takes to create a UAV mission, how do they collect the data, how do they process the data, and what can be done in the future. So we have Dimitris, and we have Surya, and Derek actually led the session, with the great opening remarks. So it is very well attended. So what we want to do with the innovation committee, which is open to everyone, if you are interested in the new things, what Sissy mentioned in her talk, anything related to remote sensing, new construction, new materials, new things, new sensors, if you want to do that, please join us. And we actually have already session planned. After the success we have at LA, we have within like a couple of days, we got a new session for next year in Vancouver on remote sensing, and also AI and ML tools. So we're hoping we'll get more and more. And also we want to reach out to the industry members also they're already doing some great things. We would like them to participate and show some of these things, and also maybe join our bring Googles and bring UAV vendors to the GI conferences. This is one of the Sissy's vision for this innovation committee Inc. To do it down the line. Again, if you know some folks who are doing some wonderful things and some new innovative technologies, please email us. We will reach out to them. We would like them to come and attend our events in upcoming events, particularly at the Vancouver. And hopefully we'll continually attract those kind of major companies to come and join us with the Geotech conference, every year. Thank you, Sissy.
Thank you, Anand. And I think this month's GeoStrata is devoted on remote sensing, and a lot of cool stuff are there. I know that this committee and this concept is something that a lot of past presidents have been working on. So we just eventually made it a realization that was very important to promote innovation. We see this as a means of retaining our student members as they become young professionals. And the committee is very diverse, not only in terms of topics, but in terms of different seniority, different backgrounds of the members, and we all learn from each other. So it's really, we are very excited about that. So I don't know, Brad, if we have, I know Brad is has a hotel connection that goes on and off, so you probably have seen him getting frozen a little bit. But is there a next step? We can keep talking about other activities and more details, but how do we take it from here?
Why don't we do that for a couple minutes, add a couple more things in for the viewers. And again, if anybody has any questions that's watching out there, you can put the questions in the chat box to the right of the screen that you are watching this in, and we'll be happy to answer those for you. So let's keep on going. A few more board members get their turn in the sun, and then we'll wrap things 10 minutes, if that's okay.
Okay, sure. I know everybody's shy. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, the process of electing a new board member. We have devoted a lot of discussions and time within the board, and we make the selections very carefully. We consider diversity and inclusion of everybody, but we also look at what are the needs within our board, let's say with respect to topics. What are the needs to represent equally the different chapters geographically? So there is a lot of different differences that we are looking at, and we have a very transparent process of how we do that selection. So I wanted to share this. This is something that we are very proud of, to have put, a good structure around that. And I think we will leave the results to talk for themselves. We want to serve our community in the best way possible. I know that maybe I'll pass it on to Helen if she would like to say a few words about issues of diversity and inclusion, and a very interesting event, a panel event that we both participated in as attendees in the Geo-Congress, and other activities that are happening within the diversity, inclusion, and the outreach committee. Helen, would you mind saying a few words?
Sure, Sissy, I'd be happy to. One thing that I really appreciate about the Geo-Institute are the opportunities to showcase the diversity that we have in the industry. And we all know how important that is to, see people on the forefront that look like you. It can be inspirational, and it's very important. And with the Outreach and Engagement Committee, I've been so impressed by the activities that they're doing. They're reaching out to students, and what they've done, for example, at the Geo-Congress was have a Geo walk. They invited the students in and had a presentation first about the geology in the area and what they would be seeing along their walk in Los Angeles, and then had them go on a walking tour to see several different things, including some rock outcroppings and some other interesting things. It was a great experience for the students, and a chance for them to ask questions and interact with other members of the Geo-Institute. And so the Outreach and Engagement Committee plans this type of event and activity in the local city as we have different meetings there. And in addition, as Sissy said, at the past Geo-Congress, there was an excellent panel discussion bringing up all kinds of significant issues and challenges that are faced by different members of our industry. And it was a great turnout there. And Sissy and I were both able to attend, and we were excited to see some of the really challenging questions that were discussed. Also, I'm the liaison to the Local Involvement Committee. And this is, of course, a group of 10 or 11 committee members, each representing and liaising with the local chapters. And so they're the ones disseminating information to the local chapters, asking the local chapters what they need, and helping facilitate different events. They help promote the chapter achievement awards, and some different things like that. So those are the committees that I'm liaising with, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to get involved. Thanks,
Thank
Sissy.
you, Helen. Yeah, thank you. And
Sissy, can I share other information?
of course.
Okay. I had the opportunity to participate the event for the World Book day, and 2 days ago, there was an event organized in Shanghai, China, and they recognized Kai Tasaki. Basically, they discussed about the book called Engineer as Artist. But that book was published by ASCE Press and was translated into Chinese. And they had the in-person event over there, then also open for online access. And they invite the people, experts, in China and also around the world. And they had a speaker from Austria, where the Kai Tasaki was born and spent time there. And also have people from Australia, from Japan, and there were quite a lot of students were there as well. Basically shared idea, from the book and what we learned from Kai Tasaki, try to encourage students get more involved in geotech engineering, starting with the geology, study mechanics, and try to tie together theory and practice. There's a lot of wonderful things exchanged over there. And I learned quite a lot as well. The second thing I want to say, I take this opportunity, would like to thank Professor Sagado, and he served as the chief editor for Journal of Geotechnology and Environmental Engineering, and he returned as the chief editor ending very soon. And we got a new chief editor, is Oliver, Kathleen, I'm sorry, I got a little bit problem here. Basically, Professor Kathleen Sullivan from Imperial College. She well started as the chief editor, and for this journal, we are looking to look forward to her leadership for this journal. Thank you.
That's great, G. And indeed, that's a wonderful book, and we all thank you for, being there. I think all of these activities are very important. We all try to split the work of different things that are going on, but what is important I think, to all of us on the board is that you feel comfortable as members to reach out to any of us about concerns. We had several very frank, sometimes uncomfortable even conversations. Helen and I did a lot with talking with our outreach and engagement committee, talking about issues that members may have that it's hard to talk about. And I think that, our interest was clear, and our dedication to make sure that everybody feels that they have, an equal place in this institute. And this is very important to all of us. One other topic I'd like to call on Bob Gilbert, if he wouldn't mind, to talk about licensure and issues of protection of the geo profession and all the stuff that he has been doing all of the years that he has been serving, if he wouldn't mind.
Sure, Sissy, I'd be happy to talk about some of the accomplishments we've made. So for a long time, ASCE has had a desire to raise the bar for engineering practice. And we as a Geo-Institute have been implementing that through what is called our Academy of Geoprofessionals, where you can get what we now call board certification in geotechnical engineering. So this is the equivalent of board certification in medical professions. And it's an indication that you have experience, you have the qualifications like the equivalent of a master's degree to be considered very proficient in your profession. And in doing that, we've been working with ASCE to support this initiative. At the same time, we've been working with the Structural Engineering Institute in ASCE in their desire to also raise the bar in their profession, but doing it in a different way, which is through specialty licensures. So structural engineering licensure, which in many ways has the equivalent kind of expectations in terms of years of experience in education, but also requires a state board getting involved and requires a separate exam. So we've been working with them. I think working with them partly was working against them, because in what they were doing, it was affecting geotechnical engineers, because the way they were pursuing it, it could be interpreted that you would need a structural engineering license to do much of what we do as geotechnical engineers. And so we've worked with them over many years, even before I was on the board, to come up with an approach where we would support them and they would support us, in that they would keep their definition of what constituted structural engineering narrow enough that it wouldn't, or it would minimize the impact on geotechnical engineering. And over the years, we've worked together, and that's really helped both of us. We've helped them in several cases. They've helped us in other cases. And the good news is now ASCE is supporting all of us in pursuing post-PE credentialing. So that could be a license like structural engineering, or that could be a board certification like geotechnical engineering. But as a whole, the organization is going to be supporting this. And so the work that we've been doing for many years now, much of it difficult work, is finally coming to fruition, and that the whole society is embracing what we're doing. So that's been a really exciting accomplishment for the Geo-Institute over the last almost decade now that we've been working on this.
Thank you, Bob. And thank you for everything you have done on this very, very patiently, very professionally, to represent us in the best way possible. And I have been a witness of all of that. So thank you. So I think with that, I don't want to call on more people. And we are almost at the 3 p.m. mark. On behalf of the board, I would like to thank all of you that found the time. It is important to annually talk about our business of the Geo-Institute. And if there are any questions that any of you have thought about after this event, please feel free to send them to Brad or myself or any of us on the board, and we'll be happy to address those questions. So, Brad?
Thanks, Sissy, and thanks for running the show today and doing a great job of it. And for our board members, thanks for your contributions, not just today in this live stream, but every day. You guys do so much to make GI function at such a high level. That's one thing I want to say here at the end. Is one of the questions I get the most is, how can I get involved with the Geo-Institute, or how can I get more involved with the Geo-Institute? It is impossible to sit down and make a list of all the ways that people can volunteer, either for ASCE or for GI. You can volunteer to review conference papers. You can serve on a technical committee. You can get active in your local chapter. You can get active in student activities, even as a professional. That's just kind of the start of the list. There are so many things that you could do. If you head to geo-institute.org, we have volunteer opportunities listed up there. You can apply for committee membership right there on the website, among other things. And as Sissy said, contact any of us. If you are looking for a way to get more involved with the society, believe me, we will find a way for you to get more involved. So for our viewers, thanks for everything you do for GI, assuming you do something for GI, and by participating today, you did. It's great to be able to do these via live stream. Tell all your fellow members and non-members that they can come back and watch this until the end of time on the YouTube channel. We really appreciate the interactivity. It's been an amazing thing the last 3 years, what this has been able to do for us. Our next live stream is next Tuesday, 1 week from today. It will be the 2022 Carl Monosmith Lecture, which is, of course, a pavements lecture. and it'll be given by Ayad Masad from Texas A&M. It's going to be great. You can register for the event and to get reminders on our Eventbrite page, so go and check that out. And again, like, subscribe, get notifications, and you'll always be in the know about everything we put up on the YouTube channel. So with that, we bid you farewell. Thanks for a great year, and we will see everybody again very soon.